So welcome along to the first ever Elephant Rider Gathering. I hear like an incredible amount of stories on a daily basis from some people I know well, some people I don't know well. And when I hear these amazing stories, I'm like, well, how can more people hear them? Because it inspires me, which I'm sure it will inspire others. So part of that I thought, why don't we find, it's not difficult to find it, but why don't we bring 3 people along who could be panellists and share bright spot stories? Adam's going to go first. I've titled his panellist presentation here, Firefighters and School Teachers. Adam's going to share some stories, some bright spot stories about the work he's been doing with those 2 really disparate groups.
We started using the game with teachers and students after lockdown. I used my 7-year-old to experiment with some child applications of it. When he has his typical 7-year-old meltdown, which is quite regular, he's able to go and point to one of his most overwhelming feelings. And we have strategies to bring him back down. So quite quickly we saw that there was some great applications. On completely the other end of the spectrum, as Jeremy mentioned, I'm dealing with firefighters, just enabling the conversations that they've not been really given permission to have before. And I've actually lost several packs now because several blokes have come up at the end and gone, can I take this home? Can I show my wife I've got feelings?
Molly's doing some cool stuff with this game. Molly's going to share a couple of stories about those 2 things.
A piece of work that I did for people that had been displaced after a restructure. How might we better set this group of people up to have skills that are fit for the future of work? And so we took them through a Scrum Master program, and I did the first week, which was about how to make yourself marketable out there. And what I did with that was, how do you know yourself and how do you know what's important to you? So I took this group of people that had been made redundant through the emotional culture deck exercise, and it was actually like, when I was doing it, what was I thinking? it was quite full on, but it was part of a canvas that I got them to work through around what are their strengths, what are the things that bring them joy, that energize them, what are the skills you have to offer, what's different about you, but also what do you care about? So when you're going out there, what questions can you ask to make sure that your new workplace is going to be a place that makes you feel good and not feel the things you don't want to feel?
Since May, Lottie's gone on to now have facilitated 27 workshops. I wanted Lottie to share some stories about how she's gone about getting teams to buy into this game.
It's kind of, I think a lot of it's common sense, but common sense isn't always common practice maybe. People just really want to be heard. When I always take Jeremy said, always have a deck with you, never go anywhere without a deck. So I always have a deck with me. And even people that would kind of maybe not, like you were saying with the firefighters, I don't have emotions. I found when you gave them space to actually get the cards out and say, oh, just pick 5 cards. Pick 5 black ones, 5 white ones. And it sells itself, like it really does, because sometimes people have never had that space to do that.